For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. That's from Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. I wonder whether you've ever been in a nativity play. As a child, perhaps. It makes me smile to hear teachers coming up with all sorts of creative different parts when they've run out of the legitimate parts of the nativity story. I've heard accounts of people playing flies or worms or jam jars on the innkeeper's breakfast table. People get really creative, scratching around, trying to make sure there are enough roles for everyone, to the point where it can feel a bit tenuous. Perhaps as adults, we're keen not to be involved. We really don't want to be running around the stage with a tea towel on our head or a bit of tinsel wrapped around. No thanks, we'll sit this one out. And yet, this verse shows us that actually we do have a part to play. The main part is already taken, that of the child, the son. But this child, this son, he's not simply born. He's born to us. He's given to us. There we are. Unwittingly, we are part of the story. One of my TV guilty pleasures is the BBC comedy Ghosts. And one of the ghosts' backstory is that he'd avoided being around his baby daughter while he was alive. He worked away from home a lot. He'd provided a nice home for her, but he was never there. And in one episode, he encounters a living baby who is very disruptive to his life. But by the end of the episode, he's realised everything he's missed out in having avoided his baby daughter while he was alive. Last week, we thought about preparing room for Jesus in our hearts, in our lives. This week, it might be helpful for us to remember that we're not preparing room for Jesus so that he can go and dwell in some isolated part of our heart or life. We're preparing room so that we can dwell with him, so that we can spend time with him, get to know him, and enjoy him. And in order to do that, we need to bring ourselves into that space too, our real, authentic self, because we are part of the story. If we keep ourselves at a safe distance, we miss out on Emmanuel, God with us. So, let's play our part. To us a child is born. To us a son is given. How will you respond?